Love English podcast.
Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome back to Love English Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Leo. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Emma, I had a moment of realization this week that was both good and bad. It made me understand my problem, but it also made me feel very stuck.
I understand that feeling. Sometimes seeing the problem clearly is the most difficult step. What did you realize?
I realized that I am a very good English student, but I'm a terrible English speaker.
That's a very interesting distinction, Leo. What is the difference, in your mind, between an English student and an English speaker?
An English student is good at the school part of English. This weekend, I decided to study the first conditional, the if sentences, like, if it rains, I will take an umbrella. I read the chapter in my grammar book, I did all the exercises, I took an online quiz, and I got 100%. As a student, I was perfect. I understood the rule completely.
That's wonderful. That shows you are a dedicated learner. So what was the problem?
The problem happened on Monday. I was talking with my colleague, and we were discussing our plans for the weekend. He asked me, "What will you do this weekend if the weather is nice?" It was the perfect real-life opportunity to use the first conditional. And my brain just froze. I panicked. I couldn't remember the rule in that moment of pressure. I just said something simple like, maybe I go to the park. I failed as a speaker. All that studying was useless.
Leo, thank you for sharing that. You have just described the giant invisible wall that separates studying from using. And the secret to becoming fluent is to stop trying to climb that wall and instead learn how to walk through it.
How do I do that? I feel like the more I study, the taller the wall becomes.
It's because you are focused on the wrong goal. You need to change your identity. You need to stop thinking of yourself as a student and start thinking of yourself as a user, a creator. Let me give you a new analogy. Let's think about playing with Legos.
Legos, the little plastic bricks. I loved them as a child.
Exactly. Now, imagine there are two ways to enjoy Legos. The first way is to be a Lego collector. A collector loves the idea of Legos. They buy all the instruction manuals, they read about all the different types of bricks, they spend hours and hours sorting their bricks by color and size. They have a perfectly organized collection of thousands of bricks. Their room is full of them. This is the English student.
That is me. I am a collector of words and grammar rules. My notebooks are my perfectly sorted collection of bricks.
And there's nothing wrong with having a good collection. But what does the collector actually do with the bricks?
Nothing. They just have them. They look at them.
Precisely. Now, let's think about the second person. This person is a Lego builder. A builder might have fewer bricks. But what do? They take the bricks and they start connecting them. They tried to build a small house. Maybe it's a little ugly, maybe the colors don't match, but they have built a house. Then they build a small car. Maybe one of the wheels falls off. It doesn't matter. They are having fun. They are creating. This is the English user.
A Lego builder. I want to be a Lego builder. I am tired of just looking at my collection of bricks. I want to build something.
And that is the entire secret to fluency. You have to shift your mindset from collecting to building. Fluency is not about how many bricks you have in your collection. Fluency is the skill of building with the bricks you already have, no matter how few.
So the message is not stop learning new things. The message is start using the things you learn.
Yes, you have to change the balance. Most learners spend 90% of their time collecting new bricks and only 10% of their time trying to build. You need to flip that. You should spend 80% of your time building with the bricks you know and only 20% of your time collecting new ones.
Spend 80% of my time building. This is a revolutionary idea for me, but I'm scared. My collection of bricks is small. I feel like I can't build anything good.
And that is why you need a builder's method, a plan for how to start. Step one is to start with a small, simple kit. When you buy a Lego set for a 5-year-old, you don't buy them the giant 5,000-piece Death Star. You buy them a small car with 30 pieces and a very simple instruction manual.
So, what is a small kit in English?
It is a small, specific, and manageable real-world task. Your goal is not to have a 30-minute debate about politics. Your goal is to build a successful conversation when you order a coffee. That is your small kit. You only need a few bricks for that. Hello, can I have? Latte, please. Thank you.
So, I should focus my energy on learning how to build one small thing perfectly instead of just collecting bricks for a giant castle that I can never build.
Exactly. Master one small kit. Build the confidence that comes from successfully creating something. Then you can move to the next small kit, like asking for directions or buying a train ticket. Now for step two, the most important step.
I'm ready.
Step two is build. Don't just collect. This is the core action of using. You have to actively build things with the language you are learning every day.
What does that look like in practice? How do I build?
Let's say you are learning vocabulary about food. The collector reads a list: apple, banana, carrot, chicken. The builder takes those bricks and immediately builds something. They open their fridge and say, I have an apple and some carrots. I don't have any bananas. I can cook the chicken for dinner. You are using the bricks in a real, personal context.
So I'm not just memorizing the word, I'm connecting it to my real life.
You are building a small Lego model of your fridge. Let's take another example. When you read a story, the collector just reads it and collects the new words. The builder reads the story and then they try to retell the story in their own simple words. They try to rebuild the story with their own collection of bricks. This is one of the most powerful building exercises.
And with a podcast?
When you listen to a podcast like this one, the collector just listens, the builder listens, and then they pause and they react. They answer the questions I ask you. They try to summarize our conversation. They are actively using their bricks to build a new structure of ideas.
This is about active learning versus passive learning again. Building is active, collecting is passive.
You have it perfectly. Now, step three is very important for your psychology. It is embrace your imperfect creations.
What do you mean by that?
Think about a child when they build their first Lego car. It's probably wobbly, it has strange colors, it might not even have 4 wheels. But is the child ashamed of it?
No, they're incredibly proud. They run to their parents and say, look what I made.
Exactly. They are proud of the act of creation. As language learners, we need to have that same attitude. When you say, yesterday I go to the cinema, that is your wobbly, multicolored Lego car. It is not perfect, but you built it. You used your bricks to create something that successfully communicated a message. You should be proud of it.
Instead of feeling ashamed of the mistake.
The shame is what stops you from building again. You have to celebrate your wobbly cars. They are the necessary steps on the path to building a beautiful spaceship. Fluency is not about building a perfect thing on your first try. Fluency is the result of building 1,000 imperfect things.
This is a huge mindset shift. It gives me permission to be a beginner. Okay, what is the final step of the builder's method?
The final step is take your creations apart and rebuild. A master builder doesn't just build one thing and then put it on a shelf forever. They are constantly experimenting. They take their car apart and they use the same bricks to try to build an airplane.
How does this apply to language?
It means you should constantly play with the language you know. If you learn a new sentence, take it apart. Try to change one word. If you learn, I like to play football. Try changing the verb. I like to watch football. Try changing the noun. I like to play tennis. Try making it a question. Do you like to play football? You are learning how the bricks connect in different ways. This makes your language flexible and strong.
This is a complete system for becoming a builder. Let me summarize. Step 1, start with a small kit, a simple real-life task. Step 2, build, don't just collect. Use the language actively. Step 3, embrace your imperfect creations. Be proud of your mistakes. And step 4, take things apart and rebuild them to become more flexible.
That is the complete blueprint for shifting from a passive student to an active user of English. And remember, it's not that studying the instruction manual is bad, but it should only be a small part of your time, maybe 20%. The other 80% of your time should be spent with your hands on the bricks, building, creating, and playing.
I am going to change my whole approach. My new goal is not learn 10 new words. My new goal is build 5 new sentences with the words I already know.
That is the goal of a true builder, Leo. And to all our listeners, we want to say the same thing. Look at your collection of English bricks. It is probably bigger and better than you think. Now, stop collecting for a day. Pick up a few of those bricks and go build something. Anything. Even a small, wobbly car is a beautiful step towards fluency.
Thanks for listening to Love English Podcast. Remember, every minute you spend learning English is an investment in your future. Keep learning and see you in the next episode.